Hi, I'm Jessie, and I'm a chef and food stylist here in New York, and today I'm with my friend Calder in the Gourmia test kitchens, and we're trying out 2 of their amazing new products. We are testing out the Marinade Express and the Auto Dehydrator, and we're making a Chipotle beef jerky, which I think you're pretty excited about.
You know I love beef jerky. I love how simple the recipe is. I'm so excited to see how this contraption is gonna work, and then to see how the cut and dry dehydrator is gonna make this into jerky overnight.
It makes it so simple. So let's get started. This is a flash frozen steak. It's a flank steak, and it's been in the freezer for about 20 minutes.
So you freeze it to make it firmer and just easier to cut into thin slices, right?
Because we want to make sure that the slices for the jerky are nice and thin. And Calder's just going against the grain, which is going to make sure that the meat is more tender, right?
Mm-hmm. Jess, how much of this do you need me to cut?
I want you to slice the whole thing.
The whole thing, all right.
There's plenty of room in the dehydrator, and let's go ahead and make a big batch.
You know what, I've never seen anyone make it at home. You're telling me it's that easy with this dehydrator?
It's so easy.
How long does it take?
It takes about 8 hours, but with the dehydrator, it's really great because you can set it and forget it.
That's 8 hours compared to what? The 3 days it takes to dry regular beef jerky?
Right, and that would
range?
in your oven, and that, you can't just leave your oven on and leave the house. But you can leave the dehydrator on because it's such a low temperature.
Look at that beautiful marbled flank steak. I'm so excited.
Why don't we talk about what's going in the marinade?
We have light brown sugar. We have 2 chipotle and adobo sauce peppers, along with 2 tablespoons of the sauce, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some salt.
I love this recipe because it's sweet and salty and spicy.
And then those are the 3 things you need to make beef jerky beef jerky.
Super simple recipe, start to finish, and the Gourmia appliances make it even easier. I can't wait to show you the Marinade Express.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this thing works. So Jess, here we have this beautifully sliced, beautifully marbled flank steak. We have our marinade ingredients for the Marinade Express Marinator Tenderizer by Gourmia. We're gonna add the chipotle, the chopped chipotle pepper and adobo sauce with some of that adobo sauce, some brown sugar, light brown sugar, some salt, some onion powder, yum, some garlic powder, ooh. We're gonna mix everything up, give it a nice little quick mix like that.
How spicy is the chipotle?
Not very. What it gives is like this smoky, peppery flavor that really sort of just adds this depth of umami to whatever you're cooking. All right, so we have that sort of roughly mixed together. We don't have to go crazy. Then I'm just gonna use my hands because I don't care, I'm a freak. I'm gonna add this in here. This beautifully marbled sliced beef. I'm gonna use my hands because I just don't care, because there's a sink right there and I can wash my hands afterwards. So I get these all mixed up, and now we're gonna add it to the Marinade Express, right, Jess?
Yep, put it right in here.
The jar, what are we calling this thing?
I'm gonna call it a canister.
This canister for the Marinade Express.
Okay,
Boom.
so let me show you how this works. This is so cool.
Can't wait to see.
Put the lid on, and you make sure it's locked.
Okay.
And then there is a little tube in here.
A little tube.
All this is gonna do is create a vacuum seal. Make sure that's in there. And then I'm gonna hit the power button and the vacuum button. And can you hear that?
I can hear
it's
the vacuum.
sucking all of the air out and creating a vacuum seal. It's super cool.
And that's gonna help, increase the rapidity with which the meat takes on the flavors of the marinade.
Exactly.
Cool.
All right, so.
But that's not it, that's not all.
No.
There's more.
You bet there's more. Just wait about 3 minutes for this cycle to complete, and then we can move on to the next step.
I wanna see what these things do.
And the other great thing about the Marinade Express is you can marinate up to 5 pounds of meat. So you'll have plenty of stuff for your next barbecue. Okay, so now we can unlock it, put the tube away, and we're ready for the next phase.
So this is where we get to see these little wheels in action.
So you just set the canister on here, and it will automatically spin for 15 minutes. So instead of an hour in the refrigerator, you can do all your marinating right here.
So you don't have to go in there and flip the piece of meat or shake it around or stir it up. This just does it for you.
Right, it will be evenly coated, and it's got that vacuum seal, so all that flavor is going right into the meat. So 15 minutes and we'll be ready to go. So this has been marinating for 15 minutes and it's ready to go in the dehydrator.
So here's the dehydrator, the cut and dry auto dehydrator. So easy to use. So we just pull out a tray, set it down here, and Jess, you're gonna put on that delicious marinated pre-jerkied beef jerky.
And what's great about this dehydrator is there are plenty of trays. So you have plenty of room to make a big batch of beef jerky, or you can do a whole mix of fruits or whatever else you want to put in here.
So anything you could imagine wanting to dehydrate, from kale chips to beef jerky to kiwi, you can make it happen, right?
It's true. My favorite thing to dehydrate is definitely kale. I love kale chips. They're such a quick and easy snack, and everybody seems to love them.
Yeah, they're trending.
Yeah, they're much trendier than potato chips, much healthier for you, and they're easy to make in your dehydrator.
What about grain bowls?
I'm into grain bowls.
Grain bowls are in too.
You know, I think you could put some dehydrated fruit on your grain bowl.
You could, that'd be good.
Yeah.
How about a deconstructed breakfast smoothie? I've seen those.
Totally.
Those are kind of in the same grain bowl world.
All right, so this tray is all filled up, but luckily we have plenty more, so you can get this whole batch of jerky going at one time.
So that goes in there, 8 hours.
And we can fill up the rest.
Slide this little dude right back on there. Turn it on, and then what's temp do we want?
We're set at our temperature at 158 degrees, and then we can set our timer for 8 hours. And it just does its thing. It's that easy.
That easy?
And we can leave it like this and walk away and do whatever we need to do. And when we come back, there will be beef jerky.
Jess, how long did it take to cook these kale chips?
It only took 4 hours.
Wow. Forget my local health food store. I'm buying one of these and making these at home.
Yeah, and it's so much more affordable. Kale chips can be super pricey. Same with beef jerky or any of these dried snacks. And they're really beautiful too. All right, Calder, I know this is what you really want to try.
What, I'm not allowed to like the kale chips?
You're
only the
allowed to
jerky?
like the kale chips too.
Jess, wow.
It's so good, right?
Wow. Only 8 hours in this thing. Such a simple marinade. The Marinade Express, just totally quick in the process of the marinade. I couldn't be more impressed. This tastes like the jerky you buy on the side of the road in Wyoming. Okay, you gotta come try this. Try some of this beef jerky. You can try whatever you want, but I happen to like beef
I'll try the
jerky.
I'm gonna go for the fruit.
You know what, a hike, a horseback ride, whatever else you do where you need dried food, you know, sitting on a bench at Park Slope, it is so perfect.
It's perfect for right here in the test kitchen too.
Jess, killer recipe.
Thanks, Calder, but I didn't do any of the work. It was all these awesome Gourmia appliances.
Yep. Yup.
That was fun. That was good.